Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 7th. This week you have this listen card. It says your inner child has something to say. You also have this card. It says you can do hard things. It says it is not as impossible as it may feel. So again, I think that you always get this stuff that encourages you to push yourself or do something hard. And you have the Chariot as well, which, the Chariot is about having a victory or charging towards a victory. So I think, charging towards some sort of victory, or charging forward really in general would be a good idea. The Chariot can sometimes represent charging through obstacles as well. So it does say, of course, that there will be obstacles, but the Chariot also kind of says that you will easily be able to overcome any of the obstacles that are going to be in your way, right? And so you need to charge through that. Definitely could be some sort of surprise in love here. The Tower does not have to be a bad thing. As I always say, one card does not make the reading. And, the Tower could be a surprise in love. And it is kind of weird that you have 3 pages with the lovers. This could be all of a sudden, you have multiple people who are interested in you if you are looking for love, or it could just be that, a really good person is interested in you, and that could be surprising as well. So, there you go. On top of that, by the way, Aries, I definitely feel that some of you could be moving over the next 18 months or so with Jupiter in Cancer. Really wouldn't surprise me. So you have the Chariot and the Tower. Chariot and the Tower is definitely a move. So, just based off your astrology alone, a move would definitely make sense over the next 17, 18 months, somewhere around there. You have the Seven of Cups, the Chariot, and the Justice card in the area of your current general energies for the week. The Seven of Cups can just represent a lot of options. And again, I do feel that for those of you that are looking for love, you could have a lot of options in love, or there could be a strong connection coming in for you in love, which I think would be a really good idea with the Seven of Cups. But definitely a lot of options with that Seven of Cups. I'm not really feeling anything else. You have the Chariot. I really feel this is saying you need to charge through obstacles. Again, I read intuitively. Chariot is a very good card, but I really don't think it's good or bad in your reading. I think it's just giving you advice on what to do. I think what the card is saying is that, if you're trying to accomplish something and an obstacle pops up, just charge right through it. Don't overthink it. Sometimes I think we have an obstacle and we overthink it, or we think that it's going to stop us or prevent us from being successful and, all this other stuff. I feel like the Chariot is saying, just charge right through it and you will be very successful. Definitely moving time for you, Aries. I mean, again, you don't have to move, by the way. So again, when you have Jupiter in your 4th, it's you don't have to move. It's just one option. But you can make moves during Jupiter in your 4th or Jupiter in Cancer for you, Aries, even if it's not your 4th house, doesn't matter. The other thing I would say is that the other thing is you could be just rearranging your home or, creating a better environment. All those things are good things to do with Jupiter in Cancer for you, Aries. So I would take advantage of the next 17 months because it will be very helpful and, it will probably lead to a lot of expansion for you. But I really do feel a lot of you could be moving. I do also feel a little bit of a victory here for you. So, especially if you've been working on a project behind the scenes is what's popping into my head. It's more of an intuitive message. Let's say you've been keeping something close to your chest. You haven't really been revealing what you're doing to people. A lot, if you're working on something, I feel very good about this. You're about to launch something, it's going to be very successful. You have the Justice card. Justice is, of course, balance. So I feel that a lot of you could be creating balance. It is kind of weird that a lot of people this week have had the Justice card. I don't know why it's coming up so much other than, what I've said to other people as well is that, I kind of get this feeling of karma this week we are right before Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde can kind of be karmic. It's not really true, but, Mercury retrograde can bring back karma. But this could be a good thing. You could be getting karmic rewards for things that you've done. You could be, getting energy back for something that you invested your time in or whatever, right? So, this is all good. Let's see. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Six of Cups. Yes, if you're dealing with love here, or if you're dealing with multiple people, we have the Six of Cups to the Six of Cups. You have this Inner Child card. It says your inner child has something to say, right? And the Six of Cups is your inner child. The pages would represent your inner child in some way. So, what this is saying to me is this is not talking about love at all here, Aries. I think the Six of Cups is saying, like, your inner child has a gift for you. But it's like something that you want to do with your life. And I feel like you need to, it's almost like saying to me, you need to follow through on your gift. That message isn't exactly clear to me. Again, it's like an intuitive message that I'm getting here, that I'm hearing. And again, it's not exactly clear. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it's like, part of me, we're going to clarify more, obviously. We'll get some more detail, but it's like maybe you have a skill that you were born with that you need to be using. Or again, maybe there's something you're really good at that you have been good at since you were younger, and maybe you need to be using that. I also feel love. The Six of Cups can be a soulmate, and so definitely could be love. With the Chariot, you have the Strength card. I am getting that if you are moving, that you should be patient. Even like, let's say you're moving next year, right? It doesn't matter, like if you're moving right now or next year. It's popping into my head that over Jupiter in Cancer, the next 16 months, if you're moving anywhere from now till the end, that you should be patient. As in, it's like if you're looking at places, what I would say is that it's like there might be one place. This is very specific. This might only be for one or two of you, but it's like there might be one place where you're like, I kind of like it, and maybe this is my only option, so maybe I should take it. I would say no. It's popping into my head that if you're patient, there is something better. I'll give you a great example. I moved during Jupiter in my 4th house right here to the place I'm in right now. When we were looking for places, we were kind of dealing with an agent, my brother and I, who was kind of pushy, clearly didn't want to deal with us and, whatever, right? And, they tried to push us into one thing. I saw this house right here that we are living in currently being offered by another agent, right? And so I said to him, I was like, hey, can you get this house? And he was like, it's not being listed by my company, so we can't blah, 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 blah. And literally I was just patient, and literally a week later, this house popped up on that agent's website, right? So sometimes you just have to be patient, right? I saw this house. It was one of those things where I just knew. I'm like, oh, that's the one right there that we're going to be moving to. So, again, I would be patient. With the Justice card, you have the Lovers. Yes, definitely a ton of love. The Page of Cups. And what I was meant to say is next to the Lovers. You have all these pages. Part of me, I feel like for some of you, this is one person. For others, I feel like this is, you are definitely, and don't get me wrong, I think it is a very attractive time for you, Aries, so you probably are, attracting multiple people. But what I would say is that the Page of Cups would be the most, if you're attracting multiple people, it would be the most balanced person. I'm also getting the most successful person. I feel like it's kind of obvious is what's popping into my head with that Page of Cups, especially if you're attracting love. I feel like one person is clearly very successful at life. I'm not talking about I'm not just talking about money here, right? I'm talking about this person is successful at life in general. Their house is probably clean. They probably make their bed in the morning. They probably exercise. They probably do things that make people successful. They have good habits, right? They probably brush their freaking teeth twice a day, not once a day, right? And so, that might sound ridiculous, but it's important, is what I would say. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you at this time, you have the Storyteller card and this Rose's Kiss card. The Storyteller card is a very good card of needing to pay attention to the story that you tell yourself. And so I feel for a lot of you that, you and Taurus always get this card with me, which is interesting. But you are born right next to each other, so it makes sense. But I would make sure that you are telling the story that you want to hear to yourself. The Rose's Kiss card is literally a card of having a skill that makes you special. And so I think you need to use your skills here, Aries. In this row, you have the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Definitely could be communication, and this could be a surprise as well here, Aries. Maybe you start communicating. It kind of gives me the vibes of you communicating with a person. You're just surprised that they communicate back to you, right? If that makes sense. So again, this could be a specific person, I feel. This is going to be an adventure. I definitely feel that with the Page of Wands. And I feel like if you are attracting love, I'm pretty sure I said this to you a couple weeks ago. I don't know. I get this message of a person who's very, I don't think this is a bad thing. But this person, the way I read is I put myself in your shoes, right? So it's if I look at this person, through your eyes, basically, it's I feel like this is a person where it's they have a life. And that is a good thing, of course. But it's I think they do certain things. And, like maybe they go fishing on every Saturday. I don't know. I just pulled that out of my ass, right? And it's like if you enter into their life and you say, I don't want you to fish anymore, or I don't want you to go fishing on Saturdays anymore, they are going to tell you to F right off, right? So it's like that type of person. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Like, this could be a person who just has a backbone, right? Maybe they're willing to stand up to you and they're like, well, I don't care what you want. And not in like a jerky way. I mean this in a good way, like the best way possible. Like, I think they'll be flexible. It's not like they're going to be selfish or something like that. I just think that, there are certain things that are part of their life. And if you don't like it, too freaking bad. Right? And there is something to be said about a personality like that. And again, I'm not saying this person's like a narcissist or anything like that, but it's like there's a big difference, because I think in modern day times, dating people, I've just noticed it's like some people, it's like you can walk all over them, right? Which is also not good, right? Where it's like they are willing to, give up their whole entire life for you. That is not good, right? As well. So I think this person is good middle ground. It's like I think they have some things where it's like they're going to do them no matter what, whether you like it or not, right? But I think they're flexible as well at the same time. So definitely something to pay attention to. You have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles could be, again, communication, which I think this is something that would start with communication based off this card, because you have that Tower. The Tower, I feel, is a surprise. It's like, it kind of strikes me like you're just surprised that this person would talk to you. That's pretty much what I feel on this card. I also feel really good about this for work for some reason here, Aries. It's like I have this story popping into my head. Like you are working on something very specific behind the scenes, like a behind the scenes project or, behind the scenes idea or something. And, like if that is for you, very good. I feel very good about it. I think that there could be a lot of success. The other thing I'm getting is to keep it simple, which is true for everyone this year. In the 2025 readings, I said to everyone that this year is all about simplification. I was getting the word efficiency at the beginning of this year. Like, we shouldn't be overcomplicating things. Like, the more simple, the better. And so if you are working on something, keep it simple. You have the Lovers. Clearly could be love coming in for you. Clearly there is. I think if there is love here, it's a surprise. Not like as in a surprise as in like, oh my God, I didn't, this is such a surprise. I think it's more of a surprise as in it's like you actually like the person, right? It's like, like sometimes I think we get into these patterns where we want to date people and we do date people, but it's like none of them we really want, And I kind of get that feeling of you actually wanting this person, like genuinely being interested. And, I kind of think it goes both ways as well. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about it. With the Page of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I do think this person will be flexible. This is a very busy person as well. It's like, I think this is a person who probably has a lot going on. Like I said, I think they're successful in the whole, like, big picture successful is what I'm saying. Like I said, they brush their teeth. They, it's more than just, it's not just money. It's like actual success. And so that's what you need to pay attention to. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the World moving. I told you, I definitely feel like you are moving. Aries, like, this happened to Pisces last year, but it's like yours is so much more intense. It really wouldn't surprise me if a lot more Aries were moving this year than Pisces last year. It's kind of what I feel like saying. And it really wouldn't surprise me. There's like extra stuff for you, especially over the next 16 months. There's like a lot of change energy that we're dealing with right now, which is pushing to change. Then Jupiter moves into your fourth. It's like you're going to want to make moves. So it doesn't matter if you're moving. You could just be making moves in life. And that's what I would be focusing on. With the Lovers, you have the Three of Pentacles. Like I said, I think this person is perfectly willing and happy and able to work on a team. I love the Three of Pentacles for love because it's definitely a person where they want to work on a team. They also represent, this right here also represents like shared goals. The Three of Pentacles is about having a shared vision. So I feel like, you're definitely attracting a person where it's like your ideas about life maybe are very similar. I just think there's like a couple of things. This is not a bad thing, right? I don't want to make this sound bad, as bad as it is, but I just think maybe there are a couple of things that they're not willing to be flexible on. But again, this might be true for you as well, right? It's like maybe you want to get your nails done every Sunday, and maybe they don't like that. So, it's like I think you both kind of have your things, right? But again, this is not a bad thing. I want to stress that. Like again, I think, like, sometimes I say this and people are like, you're describing a narcissist. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. This person isn't, like, selfish. This person isn't, it's not like they're not willing to be flexible in other areas. It's not like they're, well, it's not like whatever. It's like they have their passions and they're going to do them. And I think they would, like, it would be one of those things where It's like a narcissist would try to gaslight you into staying in the relationship. Like, I feel like this person is more like take it or leave it. You either like it or you don't, right? And, that's kind of like what I'm getting in this part of the reading. So there you go. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this record card and this heal card. I think you need to pay attention to progress is what's popping into my head here. It's like, I think that as you're working on things, especially if you're working on a project, if something is working, I think you really need to pay attention to what's working and, pay attention to how things are working. I also think we are in an amazing time for healing. We have the South Node in Virgo, and I say this to basically everyone. South Node in Virgo is pretty good for health and healing. We also had Mars retrograde in Leo, and now we're going to have Mercury retrograde on the 17th or the 18th, depending on where you live. Someone corrected me the other day, and I'm like, believe it or not, the world does not revolve around you. For a majority of people, like, sure, for some people it's happening on the 18th. For a lot of other people who are not born on the East Coast, it's happening on the 17th. So there you go. And so I don't care whatever freaking day you want to choose, right? For Mercury retrograde, 17th or 18th. There you go, right? But what I would say is that, again, I think because it's happening in Leo, I think that it will be good for healing, focusing on health. And it's not happening this week. It's happening on, like I said, 17th or 18th. But we are in the shadow, so, definitely something I would pay attention to is your health. You have the Page of Wands, the Tower, and the Strength card. Page of Wands is going on an adventure. Again, I do get a little bit of patience here as well, but you do have the Strength card also in this row. So, like I said, I kind of feel that specific message, if you're looking for a house or a place to live, that if you're kind of like on the fence, then you should wait. Because I think you will know. Like, it's like you will find the perfect place, right? And normally I wouldn't say that, but that definitely something to think about. The Page of Wands is also like a great card for exploring and kind of like looking around, and so that might be something else that you want to do here. Like if you're moving, you might think you're going to move to like one area, but maybe there's like one town over or something that would actually be better, but maybe you just don't know it yet. So, that's also something I would pay attention to. So there you go. You have the Tower. Again, I think this is just a surprise, honestly, that's coming in for you here. I really don't feel bad about this Tower. The Tower isn't bad in the first place. Tower is about seeing reality for how it actually is. And so, to me, the Tower is like a good card because it brings us down to reality, and that's what I feel for you. You have the Strength card. Yeah, I think you need to be patient, like I said. I do feel a lot of people are going to be appreciative of your inner strength. Like, I feel that, again, this is one of those messages that is going to be a long-term message for Aries. Over the next many years, I feel a lot of people are going to see your strength, but not like how strong you are, although it could be. If you're working on your muscles, sure, it could be. But, it could also just be like the things that you've been patient with, the things that you've really invested your time, effort, and energy into. It's like people are really going to appreciate your strength in all areas of life. And you could be getting a lot of attention because of it. So, and I think it's an amazing time for attention for everyone. With the Page of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. She's also my card of learning as you go, and everybody has to learn as they go right now. With the Tower, you have the Six of Pentacles. Some of you could be shocking a person. If you had a person who breadcrumbed you in the past, with Mercury retrograde, you could be shocking a person by actually moving on. We also have 2 sixes here, which if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love 2 sixes because 2 sixes kind of is like confirmation for your path. It basically says you're going in the right direction. You're doing the right thing that you need to be doing at this time. You have another 6. You have 2 sixes here. With the Strength card, you have the 6 of Swords. So again, we have 2 sixes, 2 sixes. So definitely going in the right direction. 6 of Swords can just be like moving on to calmer shores. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Choose a Path card. It says there are many paths before you, but you may only choose one. Yeah, kind of. You have the 7 of Cups, and then you have 2 sixes and 2 sixes. Choose your heart. You have this fleeting flare path that says something in your life will be brief, not meant to stay in your life forever. Yeah, so some of you might be in a little bit of a transition period as well, or you might be experiencing some sort of transition. I think what's really popping into my head for you, Aries, like if you think back to your life, the past several years, I feel like there have been a lot of things that you have done that didn't last, literally. And I feel that all those things were kind of teaching you, preparing you for something big. That's kind of the feeling I get. It's almost like you've been playing small, and I don't mean that to criticize you. It's like this is how it's meant to have been. You've been meant to learn through these little things, and now you've been prepared for like a big change in your life, and that's kind of the energy I get off these cards. It could be like big love. Maybe you've had a lot of love experiences, and now you're gonna meet the love of your life. It could, and definitely could be business for a lot of you, because I think there's something. It's kind of funny because it's like I see someone in my head like holding something behind their back, and that's what I get for you. So like in work or business, some of you are clearly doing something, and this might not be true for all of you, but some of you, it's like you're doing something behind the scenes, and whatever that is, it's going to be big. So there you go. You have the Six of Cups, which is like a turnaround. So a lot of you could be experiencing some sort of turnaround or a success coming in for you at this time, and I feel pretty good about that. Also could be a soulmate, clearly. You have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords in the good stuff is very good because it's basically saying that you are ending a never-ending nightmare. Nine of Swords is a nightmare. He's had a nightmare, he's woken up, and he's stuck in a nightmare. And so he's trying to end the nightmare. And I feel for a lot of you that you are kind of like finally ending the nightmare. You have the Hermit. The Hermit can represent coming out of hermit mode in the good stuff, so I do feel that for a lot of you. The other thing I'm getting here for love is that if you're wondering, number one, like two things. If you're wondering why a person is single, I think they've just literally been in hermit mode, focusing on themselves. So you could be attracting a person who's actually healed themselves, which is great. The other thing is that you could just be attracting a person who's been in hermit mode, but like I feel like they're coming out of hermit mode. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be a person who's like kind of ready. Right? That's it. Let's see. With the Six of Cups, you have the Fool. Yeah, definitely I think someone's going to take a risk here in the connection, whether it's you or them. So for those of you that are looking for love, this is either you or them is going to take the leap of faith here to make it happen. It really doesn't matter. I feel it's like, and I don't know. I think it's different for all of you. It's like, if you know who this person is, but they don't know who you are, it's like, then you're going to take the leap of faith. If you both know who each other is, then the other person is probably going to take the leap of faith. So there you go. With the Nine of Swords, yes, are you kidding me? You have the Two of Cups, yes. It's like, I'm telling you right now, if you're looking for love, I feel like you are going to attract the love of your life here. Two of Cups is a perfect match. Two of Cups can be someone very different than your usual type, but, Two of Cups is, usually a very strong spiritual connection. Two of Cups is also you and your higher self. So if you're not looking for love, and even if you are, the Two of Cups can say it's an amazing time to listen to your higher self and to make sure that you're tapping into your higher self as well. With the Hermit, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice and having a lot of options. This is pretty good because we start and end with the Seven of Cups here. And the Seven of Cups can say that you're having a hard time making a decision. Oh, in the good stuff, it would say you are making a decision. So, I feel that this could be very good for you here, Aries. Let's see. Next, you have this Parrot card. It says, someone will gossip about you and all your secrets. You and Pisces. I don't know what it is, but there's something about gossip for the both of you. I would just ignore it. It's free attention. I love when people give me free attention, right? And so, I would just ignore it. Wouldn't even worry about it with this card. You have this torch. It says spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So we do see a lot of like spiritual development kind of in this reading because you have the Two of Cups, you have the Tower, you have the Hermit. Hermit has literally been through a dark night of the soul, and now he's ready to come down from the mountain, and he is ready to shine his light, just like on this torch card. So I feel it is time for you to kind of like shine your inner light here with these cards. I also do feel that going this way, by the way, down to the Hermit, this could say that you've been experiencing a very difficult reality, and the Tower and the Hermit, the Hermit has that light, which is the star, and the star can represent, this right here could be like an aha moment where you've been in a difficult reality, but you're understanding like how to get out of that reality, which would be good. You have this bat. It says, take care, enemies are working against you. Again, the best thing you can do is ignore it, plain and simple. You have this wishbone card. It says, wish granted. Yes, definitely, very good. So I definitely feel that some of you could be getting or receiving some sort of wish, or there could be a wish coming in for you in general, which would be great. You have this rose. It says romance is in the air. So I definitely feel that there could be some, clearly, clearly there is romance in the air here, Aries. I feel for a lot of you that you probably already know who this person is. And I just think it's a person that you would be surprised to find out is also interested in you. I don't know why I feel that. It kind of just gives me the feelings that some of you have been. It's like maybe you, like I said, I think the best way I can describe it is it's like maybe you've had interest from people, but just not the right people. And I feel like this is a right person. It's like someone that you actually like as well. And so it could just be a little bit surprising. But this looks amazing. I love this for you, Aries. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.